To install R and RStudio, you first want to navigate to the R project page, which is located here. You're going to want to select your CRAN mirror, or that's going to be the place from which you're downloading. It can really be any of these links. So go ahead and click to download for your version of your operating system and download the most recent version. Now this is for base R. RStudio is slightly different. It has a graphical user interface, a more dynamic environment to program in, and kind of runs on top of base R. You need both base R and RStudio. So once you go ahead and download RStudio, you're going to want to copy it into your applications folder and open it up. Now when you first open it up, it's going to come in its basic version with defaults. I recommend changing the appearance. It does make it easier to code, particularly for me, because certain words or types of objects are in different colors. It makes it very easy to proofread and spot things. For instance, anything in purple has been commented out, which means it's not going to be actively run with the script. It's a great place to make comments or to comment out lines that you only need to use once, for instance. So in this case, I already have the Bioconductor manager or Bioc manager installed, and so I don't need to keep reinstalling it. But when I share the script with other people, they need to install that and all the packages associated with it. So to uncomment out an entire block, you can hit Shift-Command-C, and that will uncomment out everything. And after all of these libraries are installed, you can then go back and hit, again, Shift-Command-C to re-comment everything, at which point you'll see all of that text is purple. So you're going to go ahead and install all of these libraries. If you have any issues installing any particular library, sometimes you need to go to base R and try to install it that way. Sometimes you need to Google it and go directly to the package website and try to figure out ways to work around. R is kind of notorious for having version issues, so you might need different versions of R to run some packages, and other packages might say that you need other versions. So it could be a little bit of a headache trying to get everything set up. But I have managed to install everything simultaneously. You just have to kind of keep working at it. So at the very bottom of the screen is the console. The console is kind of doing a lot of programmatic stuff in the background. It's talking to different repositories and servers where all these packages are stored, and it's fetching all of that data and downloading it to your local computer. Now when you go ahead and run some of these libraries, like I'm doing now, you'll see the console is confirming that those libraries have been loaded. But here at PathView, we see that PathView is not loaded correctly for some reason. So what you do is you go to Install Packages and see if you can go ahead and install it. And this is a clear case where it says that it's not available for that version. So what I did is I opened up the R, base R, I typed in PathView in just the normal CRAN repositories, and I didn't see it. So now I'm going to try sources to see if it might be located there. It's not there. Now Bioconductor, it is in the Bioconductor repository, but I see that it's not installed on my computer. So you can hit Install All, and you want to install all dependencies as well. And it still for some reason is not installing correctly. You can see on the command line here, it's trying, but it cannot open the URL. There's some sort of error happening here, and you don't quite know why. So you want to copy and paste any of this when you have trouble into Google and try to figure out other workarounds that people have been successful using. You want to look for keywords. There's some sort of error happening. Yep, now for some reason it's downloaded even though I had all those errors. Now we see that the downloaded binaries are there. And when I run that line, library pathview, now it works. Sometimes there doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason to these things. You just have to keep trying, and somehow magically sometimes these libraries will then load. So unfortunately, this is like a big headache most beginners have, is trying to install these libraries. But like I said, go to Tools, Packages, you want to install those packages. This again is a base R. So we're looking for the anode tables, and I think it's under Bioconductor. Nope. Nope, so in this case it's not in Bioconductor, and what we want to do is go to the website and try to find out, or you can comment it out for now and check back later. You can also go to the website and try to figure out what the issue might be, or if there's an alternative way to download it. For instance, if you have the zipped file and you download it directly, you can sometimes install it that way as well. Here we see that there's another installer called DevTools, and DevTools can help you install this package. So let's copy that directly in the console line and see if that works better than trying to install it through R's package system. It looks like it is working. Okay, so for some reason that has worked. Now when we go to run the library, it is working. Figuring out how to solve library installation errors seems to be one of the most frustrating things for those new to R. Just keep in mind there are a variety of different resources, including going to someone's GitHub page or website, downloading them directly, using things like DevTools or Bioconductor, and figuring out alternative ways of downloading those libraries.